Welcome back to the channel, folks. A hot topic in this cold weather is the TAMS grants. Dribble bars is coming to an end. According to government guidelines, we have to use the trailing shoe to get out your slurry. And I'm just going to give you a little insight into the dribble bar, the new flexi shoe and a trailing shoe. Here at Clark Machinery we have 3 tanks to choose from, 3 brands. We have Major, we have Joskin and we have the Redrock. Each customer to their own, and give you the pluses and the minuses to the dribble bars that's on the rear and different options. So as we see on this Major 2000 gallon tank, we have a 7.5 metre dribble bar on it. This isn't applicable to any grant now, but you can still spread your slurry with the dribble bar, low emissions, low to the ground. We have a few of these tanks left with these dribble bars on them, and at very good prices. But as you can see here, the dribble bar is mounted on the dome of the tank. It's a Major dribble bar with a Maztec macerator, so reliable and well-known Irish brand. Lightweight. You have a little control box in the cab of the tractor to switch your operation from folding your arms. You drop your arms down, you flick your switch and it'll work your macerator, and it'll open the gate valve as well. Also the switch over is very, very smart for no pulling in and out pipes for opening your gate valve at the rear. So you close your gate valve for this, you don't need to work that anymore, and a separate spool valve will open your gate valve for splash bed. So the tank itself is a 2000 gallon tank, 10 stud commercial axles, hydraulic brakes, 865 R32 tyres, loading or a load rating of 181, 20-foot suction hose, LED light with work lamps, beacon, standard spec what we have, and your 9,000 litre vacuum pump with your sight tube at the rear, which is a must for dribble bar use. It'll give the operator a clear view of what's left inside it, from the inside of the cab, what's in the tank itself. So the Joskin tank is an unfamiliar sight on the Irish market. There is a few of them out there, but due to the high popularity of the Irish brands, they are more popular in Ireland. The Joskin tank itself, as you can see, it's a bigger frame of a tank compared to your Major. It's a heavier tank, but saying that, it's designed for the European market for your disc injectors, etc., which means it's built on a full chassis and there's mountings at the rear for the disc injector. Standard enough spec, sight tube, there's 11,000 litre pump, there is an exhaust on the far right hand side here to reduce noise, wide angle PTO shaft. Your tyres are 865 R32s. There's also a movable axle as well if required. Some guys, you can bring it back a couple of inches if you want, if you have something like a disc injector at the rear, to reduce your weight and keep your weight to the front of the tractor. And as you can see at the rear of the tank, there's high ground clearance. That you can't get let's say a stepped axle in a Joskin tank. They are high at the rear, but you can mount Maztec, Agquip, KME, Major even. You can mount any of them dribble bars or any of them application trailing shoes or flexi shoes onto this tank. So the tank is ready to take any of them of what the customer chooses. Now finally, the Redrock 20-50 gallon tank. On the back of it here is an 8 metre flexi shoe. This is compatible with TAMS Grant. As you can see here, you do have what looks like a dribble bar, but you come to the bottom here, you have your boot and this little lad here that will split the grass and put pressure on the ground to work as a trailing shoe. It's 8 metre, it's bigger than the Major, but it's a 2-stage fold, and you'll see later on the video we'll have it folding up. It comes up and it folds down on itself, so nice and tidy. It'll be no higher than the tank itself. And out the rear as well, you have your splash plate and your fill points. Same workings as your Major tank. You have a little switch box in the cab of the tractor and switch it one way to work your macerator and switch it the other way to fold in and out your flexi shoe. So as you can see, there is no rear dome on the Redrock tank. The inspection point is at the front, but the idea of that is to bring the flexi shoe or the dribble bar as close to the tank as we can, but mounted to the chassis. 10 stud commercial axles on all the tanks, 800 R32 tyres, 4 fill points, 3 quick attach fittings. That's your inspection point there. Wide angle shaft, 11,000 litre vacuum pump with a hydraulic changeover, 20-foot suction hose, and a sight tube on the front of it for operator's vision. Now, these are just the tanks we have in stock, but we also have lots of tanks on order and we can change specs. You can get a Redrock galvanized, you can get a major painted if required. There's a 20-50 gallon up there, major tank painted. Also Joskin tanks will only come in galvanized options, but we have the option for you. We can make a tank you want and get it as fast as we can. These are only single axle tanks. We have tandem axle tanks in stock from 3,000, and there is 4,000 gallon tanks coming, and I think there could be a 5,000 gallon tank available as well. But don't hesitate to give me a call on 087 649 5305, or drop us an email or a message, and we're on WhatsApp as well if you want any more videos on any of these tanks. And follow, like and subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next week.